Here we are back again.
Here we are.
Like we never left.
Back like we never left. It's an easy short.
It's
Today I'm
easy.
doing like the easy short with an electric guitar. The
Yeah.
easy short.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Welcome everybody to another wonderful Easy Speak Speakeasy short episode, or as we like to call it, an easy short. Um, we're back again with a fun little segment for you here.
Yeah.
Um,
Keeping it
so
interesting, keeping it fun.
keeping it interesting, keeping it fun, and keeping it relevant-ish, because some of what we're going to talk about today are things that happened years ago, but still relevant today.
Yeah.
Because if you've never seen or watched any of these movies, hint, hint, you might want to, based on the reviews that we're going to give today. So,
Mhm.
there's been a lot of portrayal of mental health and different aspects in movies throughout the years. And I'm realizing that I've always had a nice spot in my heart for like psychological thrillers, or like movies where there was like some like mental like shifting aspect of it. And and so I thought today it would be awesome to go through some TV shows and movies that really highlight mental health challenges, and to give them our honest reviews. I think we should review it. This is what I think our criteria should be. And you let me know if you agree, KG. Just like the quality of the movie, like, is it a good movie or not, you know? But then I
Mhm.
also think we should review it based on whether or not we feel like it's an accurate portrayal of mental health challenges and how they might manifest for someone.
Mhm.
Those are my 2 main criteria, I think.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
That's gonna be how we have our overall rating is based on those two things.
Yeah,
So if it's not an accurate portrayal, but we thought it was a good movie, the fact that we thought it was a good movie doesn't count.
like like I'd give that like a 3.5
Okay.
out of 5.
Okay.
We might need to fine tune this for the future, but
Yeah. This would be a good ongoing segment, I think.
yeah, for sure.
Lots of lots of movies that include mental health in some way. But this is
Yep.
a good jumping off point. Woo! I'm excited.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. So the first one on our list is not a movie, but a TV show. Let me see. When did this TV show come out? Let's see. It's a drama. It came out in 2017. It had 4 seasons. And it stirred up quite a bit of controversy when it came out. And the TV show is 13 Reasons Why. Um, do you remember watching this back
Yeah,
in 2017? Yeah.
vividly.
Yeah. I know. It's hard to like forget it after you've watched it.
Mhm.
And I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't watched it, but I will say, it's one of those where I feel like you have to give a little bit of a warning, a
Mhm.
healing centered warning, because we don't like the word trigger
Mhm.
at the
Exactly.
easy speak. That if you've had any experience with suicide, or if that's a soft or sore spot for you in life, that you might want to take precaution if you decide to watch the show. Um, and so I'm gonna stop there and see what you think, KG, about it, and what your review would be.
I did not enjoy it. I watched all of it because there was so much going on with conversations and like you said, it stirred up a lot of things.
Mhm.
And at that time, I was doing a lot of community-based consulting
Yeah.
and directly with, youth and their families, and so since it was such a hot topic, I watched all of it,
Yeah.
but I didn't like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
You know
actually didn't watch any of the other seasons, I only watched the first one, the
Oh,
first
wow.
season.
So you didn't make it to the last episode?
I watched all of the episodes.
Oh, oh,
Didn't you say there were 4 seasons?
yes.
No, I was season 1 was done for me. I
Yeah.
remember season 2 coming out and thinking to myself, "Really?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, but I didn't partake in anything after season 1.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it definitely was challenging to watch, but I also felt like how wonderful that we're starting a conversation about this on a larger scale, right? It was, suicide is one of those topics that is so taboo. So I agree. I feel like the portrayal of the mental health challenges and how they manifest and the reasons why somebody would choose to take their own life. I think that that was embellished and highly dramatized for the purpose of getting people to watch it.
Mhm.
But I did like, for lack of better words, that it sparked a conversation around the topic.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, it definitely got everybody saying the word suicide.
yeah,
So briefly, for anybody who
yeah.
hasn't watched it, it's essentially a series that ran on Netflix about the 13 reasons why a girl who died by suicide chose to do so.
Mhm,
And it she's looking back on her life and kind of you see her 13 reasons why she did this. And
mhm.
so, yeah, I didn't like it. I thought the bringing up of the conversation was good, but some of the rationale, like I felt like it was a little over the top and
Yeah,
it just yeah.
yeah,
I thought it was extremely hard to watch,
yeah,
especially certain scenes
yeah,
that were graphic in nature,
yeah,
and I do feel like, there was not enough, like, warning for
yeah,
people about it, and as a parent, I felt like that this was something that my kid could just click on and watch,
yeah.
and that felt, like, dangerous.
Mhm. Alright, it's not looking good for 13 Reasons Why.
Yeah.
From from a rating standpoint, I give it 2 stars.
Same,
2 out of 5. 2
same.
2 out of 5 for 13 Reasons Why.
You could give it a combined 2 between the both of us.
Combined to 2, one from each of us. Alright, next one on our list.
Yes, Silver Linings Playbook. This is a movie. It has some great actors in it. Robert De Niro, uh, Bradley Cooper, Jennifer Lawrence. And it is about the story of a man who was recently released from an inpatient treatment setting based on some events that occurred in his life and kind of all of the things that happen as he's reintegrating into his life and the different relationships that he has. I think that's my best way of describing it without
Mhm.
giving away too much.
And in particular, we're talking about bipolar disorder, I think it's Silver Linings Playbook, right? That was the diagnosis that was
Mhm.
being portrayed by, Bradley Cooper.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think along the way we see other people's mental health
Mhm.
in his life, and, interesting as you watch to see people's awareness or lack thereof of their mental health needs
Yeah.
or or, different kinds of things that they are doing.
Yeah, yeah, his family was interesting and yeah, like the whole
Mhm.
thing. Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yeah. So I also I really, really enjoyed this movie. So what would you rate Silver Linings?
I'd give it a 5.
A 5. Out of the
Mhm.
park, knocked it out of the park. Alright, alright. I was gonna say 4.5, but I can see why you would say 5, for
Yeah.
sure.
I feel like in we have to take all of these with, like, a grain of salt, the fact that they're movies,
Yeah,
right? So, there's gonna be, like, some things, but I feel like there were a lot they talked it was open about, like, diagnoses, and they talked about medications, and,
mhm,
there are interactions between different people with different types of mental health, and
yeah,
I think it felt very, like, real and raw, and, like, the way that it could feel as
mhm,
as in Bradley Cooper's character, but it also infused, like, fun and, like, laughter, and so for me, that's what makes it such a great movie because I feel like so often mental health is always this, like, downer of a situation,
yeah.
and I feel like in Silver Linings Playbook, it infused that, like, joy and comedy and, like, other things that can happen in life.
Yep, absolutely. I love that movie too. I haven't watched it in a while. That might be on the list for a movie night soon, for
Yeah, it's
sure.
definitely one of those movies for me that if I see it on, I'll watch it.
Yeah, right. Mhm. Yep.
Mhm.
No matter where, at what point. There are some movies I'm like, "Oh, I didn't see it from the beginning, so I'm moving on." But, like, I'll just start watching in the middle. It doesn't even
Yeah.
matter. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Totally.
Alright, cool. Maybe we do one more. I'm just looking at the time.
Okay.
Um, so the next
Should
one
we
on our list. Oh, go ahead.
well, should we do, like, the kids one? We have 1 kids one.
Yeah, let's do the kids one.
Okay.
Okay, the kids one. So we have Inside Out, which is the story of, I believe the main character's name is Riley. Let me
Mhm.
pull it up. Yep. So Inside Out's 2015 movie that came out, and it's about this girl named Riley and her journey with her family from, I guess they were, if I'm remembering properly, they moved from her hometown to a completely different place. She was a new kid. She's
Mhm.
at a developmental stage of adolescence where she's trying to figure out who she is, and
Yeah,
you
it's like
know
preteen years.
preteen, angsty move, trying to, like, deal with all of the grief and emotions that come from that. And so what happens is we get a preview, we get to look inside of her brain, and, there are little characters that represent the emotions that she feels: joy, sadness, anger, fear, and disgust. And they basically run her emotional and mental operation. And I love this movie because of the way that the emotions are depicted in their true form, but also how they all have to work together to create the human that Riley is. I
Mhm.
think they really did a wonderful depiction with this. And, I've used it with younger kids from a therapeutic perspective, right? Because so much of helping younger children with mental health challenges is just giving them the language to identify what they're feeling, and to help them to understand how what they're feeling translates to what they're doing and what they're experiencing. And I feel like this movie does a great job of wrapping all of that up into a fun animation. So that's my review, my synopsis slash review.
Yeah, I also love this movie. I think it's such an easy watch. It's super engaging for people of all ages. You can sit down and, like, I could watch this movie with a bunch of kids. I could watch this movie with my grandmother,
Hmm.
and so I feel like that is a sign of a great movie, and the way that they are able to take this these emotions and mental health, and really like infuse it into a fun way where, again, like it's not just like downer of a situation, right? There's like one of the main characters is Joy, and like all of the different ones, and I think like that was probably so purposefully done that like one of
Mhm.
the main characters is Joy, right?
Mhm.
You still have sadness, you still have anger, you have disgust and these other maybe more negative type emotions, but
Mhm.
like leading with joy. So I just really liked it, and I think it's family friendly. It can spark so many different types of conversations, and I just think it was so well done. I cannot wait for part 2.
I know, it's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so good. Riley will be older, so she'll be at a different developmental stage, and yeah, so I just love how people creativity works in people's minds. So this, I would give it a 5 because I think it's just it's so good.
Same.
Same. We give it a 5.
We're a love it
Um,
or hate it kind of
we are
girl.
we are. It's hard to be in the middle. I mean, you know, especially with movies, it's like you either wanna watch it or you don't, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Like, that's what it comes down to, so.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I'm so happy that we got this going. There's so many others on the list, so we'll have to bring this back one day and do some more movie reviews. Um,
Yeah.
if you haven't watched any of the movies slash television shows that we mentioned today and you happen to, please comment and let us know what your review is and what you thought because we'd love to know.
Yeah. Drop some stars.
Yeah,
How many stars would you give it?
literally. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming to another episode of the Easy Speaks Speakeasy Shorts, Easy Shorts.
Yes, and we will talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.